Andersen.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Channel Andersen, and welcome to today's episode. Now, this was definitely not in the plans, but hey, that's how life works sometimes, and what would I be if I didn't share with you guys everything that happens, not just the good, but also the bad. So I'm gonna keep this kind of short and sweet as it can be. Yesterday, we had a big mistake with the Mars Red C55. It's definitely a tough defeat to accept, but thankfully it's correctable, it seems right now, and it was gonna throw such a wrench in the timeline of things that I think it's better off I just share with you guys what happened now versus later and trying to fix it all before I even share anything with you guys. So I think we got a plan. I think, thankfully, because of the supportive kind of team I have around me, of people, I think we'll be able to get this done in a relatively timely manner, but like I said, it's still definitely going to throw a wrench in the timeline overall. I didn't have the camera rolling when the mistake actually happened.
I got the bolt second a little bit
we'll
with
pick
the
it
ratchet
up
wrench, but
kind of right after
we're gonna try with the extension and see if we can get it up here so we can
raw feelings and
zip it in with the Milwaukee, because I just couldn't squeeze the Milwaukee in, and I did with the wobble,
this is a
but
tough one, guys, so be
didn't
prepared.
have enough
But
juice to kick it
here's
over.
how it
So
went down. All right, you guys. I'd be lying if I didn't say I have a very butterfly stomach right now. We were doing what we thought was the right thing to do. Just shit went wrong, and there's some silver lining, hopefully, but I'll show you guys. Essentially, we weren't recording, sorry, but we were basically just trying to wiggle it in bolt by bolt, and a snap and fluid. And the silver lining is a shot and a prayer that it is just the upper oil pan that ended up cracking on us. You can see there all the way through basically, and it cuts right there, and that's basically right where the oil pan is at, or where it kind of meets the block. I can't imagine with what we were doing that we would actually like crack a block, but this is definitely the weakest part of all of this connection, so I'm praying that that is all that gave up. It's still definitely, obviously, a lot to add to the timeline, and it's gonna be a doozy part searching, because like I know a buddy of mine just tried to find the upper oil pan and they're proving hard to find, but I will take it if it's not a motor. So Google search starts tonight and I don't know what we'll have to do now. I'm probably gonna have to release this videos to you guys and tell you guys what's going on. Otherwise it's gonna be way too long out of the timeline of releasing the 3 parts of what I have planned for the videos. So I don't know when you'll see this, but we tried, but I was telling Aaron, I've had a lot of wins. Like, he was saying sorry, he doesn't need to say sorry. It's my car, we're both doing this. I had a feeling we should have stopped, but we both, I think, wanted to try to get it done and just kept trying to push through, and it's nobody's fault. It's just we tried and had a failure. But like I was saying, I told him I've had a lot of wins with cars. I've gotten really lucky a lot of times, like insanely lucky a lot of times, and gotten out of very hairy situations a lot of times. But you can't win every single time. Not even the word can't, but
you don't typically win every single time. So I was probably not saying stop because I was so excited to get this car done and just have it we're that close to the finish line that I just tried to push and don't force it. I know that, like, we both know that obviously, but it happened. I am not a master guru, nothing goes wrong ever. I'm just a guy that works on cars. So yeah, gotta take the lumps of coal with the gold.
More videos coming soon, man.
Yeah, so I'm thankful. I have very knowledgeable car people around me, like Aaron, like Mike, like other buddies that you guys out there, and C55 group chat and all that. So buddy mine literally just went through the process of trying to track down an upper pan and a lower pan. So I'm gonna be doing that same thing, but I guess, I don't know, I'll acquire the parts just in case, and we're gonna have to either drop subframe or pull the motor. We'll see what will be the easier option with the way it's at right now. I mean, it's definitely gonna come off the race ramps, regardless, for either scenario probably. Subframe might be the easier situation in this case. So we'll see. Yeah.
Hopefully you can just take everything off from the bottom.
But man, I'm feeling okay now, but I'm not gonna lie. When it snapped and we saw what happened, I had a bit of a blackout moment there, and my stomach just kind of started tossing and turning. So no tears shed though. We're men. We're it's cars, it's Legos, giant Legos for men. So hey, shit happens. So anyways, thank you to this guy. He's helped me out a bunch, and
I'll be helping you out more, man.
we were he knows I got his back, he's got my back, I know that, with all the car stuff. So I'll see you guys when I see you. You'll see this when you see it. I don't know what is gonna happen right now, but everything has to be transparent. I'm transparent with you guys about all the good stuff. I'd be a sucker if I tried to hide this from you guys or tried to fix it all and then put the videos out. That would be crazy and illegitimate for the reality of things. So I'm keeping it honest with you guys, and I fucked up. So we'll learn from it and move on. Catch you guys soon.
Okay, well, you guys saw right there. Unfortunately, we cracked the upper oil pan while trying to basically pull the transmission in to mate with the engine. And this is the next morning now, so this is all very fresh still. And I think now, I guess, the hardest part about it to accept is it was just so avoidable, and I knew, I think both of us knew, Aaron and I both knew. My gut instinct was telling me, hey, stop, something's not right. Stop, something's not right. But I don't know if it was just that we were so close. I was so close to having this done that I tried to force it a bit. And that's so against, like, my nature in general. And maybe you guys can see that and understand that from watching the videos, etc. I'm just always a very, like, go with the grain person. Like, go with the grain. Like, the path is usually clear for you to go. Like, stick with that. Don't try to veer off. Don't try to go against it. That's when stuff goes wrong or doesn't go where you want it to go. But I was just so excited to try to get this done. And I was so excited to get back to Benson on a budget, because as soon as this car is done, I get to get it out of the garage. We get to pull the coupe in and start pulling the motor and everything. So it was just like a greed, I guess, of wanting to get things quicker than we needed to, really. So that's one thing, I guess. That's the hardest part about it to accept. But at the same time, I am not looking at any of it now, having a little bit of time, some sleep, a warm meal from my wife, thank you, and the support of my family and friends talking about this so far. I'm not looking at this as just a huge crushing roadblock like I was when it first happened in the moment. I'm just looking at it as an opportunity to get better. I get to learn, and I get to pull an M113 for the first time. So that's exciting. That will be something new for me, and it'll be a nice preparation for the Men's Not a Budget project, because the coupe motor was going to be the first motor I've ever pulled out. And it's not even a huge deal, but it's the first time for me, and having a little bit of experience this way it'll be good. And it's funny because shout out to you guys in the comments. The last like 2 or 3 videos, I've had people randomly just ask me about can you do or do you have a timing cover reseal video, or do you have this type like. And I was like, no, I don't have one yet. I'm sure I will eventually in the future. But that's very possible. We'll be doing that while the motor's out. We're going to be doing basically all this stuff to reseal it. The top end is pretty much done. We've done valve covers, intake manifolds, all resealed. So I'm not really going to mess with any of that. But we'll see. We might end up doing the timing cover. And obviously definitely going to reseal the upper and lower oil pans. From what I can see, it basically just cracked all along the backside of the upper oil pan. And it's weird too, because the output shaft still spins freely right now, and it looks super square on all sides. So it's just weird, man, the way it happened. It's just a strange scenario. It's a bummer. No, I'm not going to lie about that. But, hey, I got to roll with the good and the bad. And like I talked about in the clip with Aaron, I've had so much luck and success with these cars. And I have such a supportive community, and you guys. There's no right to complain or cry over basically spilt milk at this point. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it right, and the car is gonna be better than it would have been. Like, it probably would have been fine, yes, but it'll be even better now. And there's a lot of things that I'm gonna try to tackle while the engine's out. Like, I'm going to try to take the radiator to a fab shop and get an aluminum radiator made and get the dimensions all dialed in so that I can use that information to put towards a silver CVT5. I need to repaint the bumpers, so that's another thing I can do while the car is down. And just a bunch of other little things. Like, I was already doing that. I was tackling little jobs while I was waiting to finish this up. So I'm just going to keep doing that. And by the time the car is... or the engine is back and put together, which really shouldn't take long once we pull the motor and everything else. Huge shout out to Josh, Mercedes Swap Shop. He has upper oil pans, and he's going to end up sending one out to me once I see exactly what we need. And yeah, we'll be able to get it done in a relatively timely manner, and we'll just go from there. So I just didn't feel like trying to hide all this from you guys. It wouldn't be hiding it, but I didn't feel like prolonging putting this out and then like later on releasing the series. So the series is still filmed. Like, I have the first, second, and the start of the 3rd episode ready now, so it'll still drop as a whole series. But I had to share this with you guys. I wasn't gonna like keep pushing through and pumping out a bunch of videos and just act like nothing happened and have the car in the background and have you guys wondering what's going on with the red C55. So I'll catch you guys soon. Thank you guys for your support. Drop some love in the comments. I could use it, but like I said, man, I'm blessed. I can't complain. This is all in stride. I have to take the good with the bad, and this is a great learning opportunity. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Do, do, do.